Oh no. Hang on to your wallets, peoples.
Hey, what's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Magic Square Munitioner. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. Right up front here, we have some lovely munitioning happening. His name is Munitioner. Changes from Armored Jeep to Robot and back. Warning, don't eat anything in this box that can be very bad for you. It's right there on the front of the box. On this side we have Munitioner. On this side we have Munitioner. On the bottom, warning. More warnings, lots of warnings. On the top here we got Munitioner, Magic Square, the extraterrestrial mechanical life form. Just rolls off the tongue. On the back of the box we have a nice little shot here. I love this. This looks like, hi, my name is Swindle. I enjoy sunsets, long walks on the beach, and taking people for all they're worth. But anyway, tech specs if that interests you, and that's basically it for the packaging. Also included is the collector's card with the same image there of Munitioner on the back. The tech specs again, if that interests you, hooray for cards. And moving right along, here we have Munitioner, and this is a component of Magic Square's Lord of War, I believe they're calling it, and that is their take on a masterpiece scaled Bruticus, and Munitioner is their take on Swindle. Now, I originally was not going to go in on this set. I was totally going to pass on these guys, but as time went, they just started to look more and more delicious to me, so I caved. I caved, okay? I caved. Yeah, we're going to do this set. I did order him and Brawl at the same time, but he got here first, so that's why we're doing him first. But yeah, here we have Munitioner, aka Swindle, and a very nice looking figure here. Nice and cartoony, definitely a representation of how he looked in the G1 cartoon. But yeah, let's get in close here so we can take a look, not at that belly, at the noggin. Whoop, there we go. That's a nice swindly head sculpt there, that black helmet, that purple for the eyes, nice dark gray there for the face, got the windshield chest, and not a whole lot going on. Got the little blue headlights there, kind of the faux front of the Jeep on his waist there. And again, they're going for the totally toon look, so not a whole lot of detail going on, just a lot of smooth panels. But it definitely pulls off that toon look. It pulls it off very well, in my opinion. You got the little faux wheels there on the sides. And move at the back. Now we'll just talk about swindling booty. You can see very clean transformation, no backpack. Very, very clean robot mode here. Now, articulation-wise, what have we got? I'm gonna tell you. So the head can rotate, can do a full 360. It can look up, do total squirrel. Can look down a little bit. It seems like there's a little bit of side to side, but I don't know if that's, I don't think that's intentional movement. I think that's just a little bit of play there in that hinge. Arms can do a full 360, can move in and out. Here, there's also a joint here. It's more for transformation, but it's a second point at which the shoulder can move if you need it to move at that axis as well. You do have bicep rotation. You have a single jointed elbow, you get a good range of movement out of it. You do have wrist rotation. You also have a hinge that allows the hands to move outward if you need that. We do have some posable fingies. The thumb is on a ball joint at the base, and you have a little hinge there, although it's a very tight hinge on my copy, but it does move. As far as the fingers go, the index finger is a separate piece with a hinge there and a hinge there, and the other three fingers are just one piece with a hinge there and a hinge there. He does have waist rotation. He does have a double joint in here, which can give him an ab crunch. And, well, we don't want to undo that, but we want to bring that back. We can do that as well. That does not look natural in any way, shape, or form, but it's a thing you can do if you want to do it. We can move these hip skirts out of the way, the butt plate as well. And he does have the cool thing where if you move his legs up, this section here will move with it. Here it's on a nice ratchet, and that just brings it up that far. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't move back with it, though. That I don't like, so you have to kind of push it down to get it to get back into place. But then you can bring it back about that far outward. Very loud ratchet, as you can hear. We can do the full splits, and we have thigh rotation. We do have a double jointed knee, so we get a nice full range of movement there. And as far as the feet, toes can move up a little bit. They can't really move down. You have toe tiltage as well as ankle tiltage. Now, as far as accessories go, we get the spare tire here with the rim done. A nice gunmetal gray. We get his arm cannon, which is very nice. Nice gunmetal gray there as well. We get a little missile here, which can also double as a handheld weapon. We flip down that handle. We get the mount for the weapons, and this is for the vehicle mode. We get a extra face here for him as well, and we also get the combined mode foot here for Bruticus. And we'll show off how that works in a little bit, but that is everything we get with Swindle. And the spare tire just goes on his back via 2 tabs and 2 slots. There you go, he's got a spare. Now there's 2 places you can plug the arm cannon if you want. That just depends on your preference. You do have these little posts here on either side. You can plug it into his little shoulder wheel here. You can have that going on if you want. If you want the more screen accurate look, then you can tab it on to the front of his shoulder, like so, and have that going on. I personally prefer it that way, but as always, to each their own. It's your toy, display it however you wish. And of course you can give him the missile here as a handheld weapon. It's just your typical tab in each slot of the palm method of weapon holding, like so, and he can pow pow pew pew, pow pow pew pew, and all of that good stuff. And another thing you can do if you want is we can bring in this piece right here. It does have its own handle you can bring down, and you can take this and plug this onto the end of the cannon like so, and have him holding that as some kind of big, mega rifle. Hey, it's a thing you can do if you want to do it. You have the option, and as always, options are good. And lastly but not leastly, we have noggin options here. We can swap out the face, and to do so it's quite simple. Just kind of tilt his head up, get under his chin, pop off the face, and pop on the new face, and there you go. Now he looks like he's ready to do some real swindling. So there you have that, and now for comparison. Here he is with Masterpiece Megs. And here he is with G1 Swindle, because he's precious, oh so weird, but oh so precious. And last but not least, here he is with the Ocular Max Swindle, so we can see how these two fare against one another. Now, the Ocular Max version, they're going for the toon look, but they're still stylizing it some. The Magic Square version is definitely going for the pure toon look here. So as always, it just comes down to your taste, your preferences, and what you feel will work best for your collection. But we'll just give you the turnaround here, so you can see what's going on. You can see who's who, where's what, when's why, and why is how. Again, the Magic Square version a bit cleaner in its robot mode, but you can see what's going on there. So there you go. So that is basically it for the robot mode, and me personally, I think he looks delish. But let's get down to transformation, shall we? Let's. So first we're going to work on the arms, and you want to make sure that the fists are balled up like that. And we're just going to take the arm, rotate it 180 at the bicep, and then collapse it in. You then want to open up the forearm. There's a little notch here that you can kind of get your fingernail in, so you can just pry all this up. And you want to take the arm, bring it up, flip the hand in, just bring that up and over, and then just close that up and just kind of get everything nice and squared off. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So now that we've done that, we're going to take the upper body here and disengage it from the waist. If all this comes up with it too, that's fine. Just gives you some more room to kind of move things around. So we want to untab this section here. So just untab that, bring that down, and then come back here and take the back and just flip all of this out. And now you want to take these wheel sections here. You just want to untab them, just bring them out to the side. Take this whole front grill section. You can push it out from underneath. There's a little hole, you can push that through and get that out. You want to take the bumper, bring that down, and slide the two halves together, tab them together, and just bring that down, and just leave that like that for now. You now want to take his head and just kind of rotate it to the side, so you have the clearance to take these panels and bring them up, and then turn his head to the other side, bring that panel up, and now you can rotate his head so he's facing back. You can take the head and just drop it down. At this point, you can take this whole assembly and just slide it forward and rotate it 180. Now, one thing you want to be mindful of is you want this flat section here of the shoulder hinge to be up, because that will make this part easier. So you want that flat section there, and that will allow you to take this panel and bring it down. So bring the shoulder up so that flat part is on the inside, and you can bring that down. Now that we've done that, we can get the arms themselves in place. So what we're going to do is you just want to rotate the arm down, swing it in, and then rotate it up. And once you have it here, you just want to take the shoulder and just push it forward. And once you get to a certain point, you can just kind of squeeze it in, because now you want the flat here, so all that is sitting nice and flush, like that. And second verse is just like the first. And once we have both arms in place, you just want to take this windshield and slide it back. I'll grab hold of it and slide it back so you can rotate this section around. Once you get it flush, you can just slide it forward, lock that into place, and bring that windshield up. Once you've done that, you can take all this, slide it down, and bring all this up. We have two tabs that'll go into these two slots right here. So just bring that up and tab that into place like so. Now you can take this wheel well section here, bring that back. You want to take the wheel itself and rotate it down so that port is exposed. And you're just going to bring this up, and it's going to tab in right here, and this will tab into the inside of the wheel right there. Just get that lined up, and get that lined up, and push that in, so it's looking like that. And same thing on the other side. And there we basically have the front of the Jeep all done. We can come in here, take that steering wheel, just flip that around. We can take the waist, rotate it 180, and now we have Jeep. Yeah. But now let's move on to transforming the legs. So now for the legs, you want to take the leg and rotate it 180. You want to take this panel here and just open this up like so. You want to undo this panel here, and this panel is quite not easy to get out. I will try. I usually need a tool to do this, but we're going to try to do this with our brute force, and we can't. This bottom tab right here is quite snug. There we go. So get that freed up. Get that freed up, and we have the back of the seat that we're just going to flip out right there. And once we have done that, we can undo this panel here from the side. It just tabs in right in there. So just give it a little tug and just bring that down on those hinges. We do need the knee joint to be in a specific orientation, so we need to bring it back like 2 clicks. So it's just sitting like that, just a little offset there. Because what we need to do now is we need to take this section here and collapse it up, and we have a tab that will go into a slot right in there. So if you have everything lined up, that should just drop itself right in like so. We have this panel here that we're going to bring out, and then it will slide down and then bring it the rest of the way. That will lock in place. You want to take this entire assembly and rotate it out. You can see the wheel is in 2 halves here. Take the other half, just flip it out, and then collapse it down, and just snap that into place. This entire side panel here will slide out, so you can rotate it down. Now we're going to take his toes. We're going to rotate them 180, and fold them down, and then fold it in. There's a tab that'll go into a notch in the side of the foot there. So just get that lined up, and drop that into place. Then you can just collapse that in. We have this panel here. You want to slide it out as far as it'll go, and then swing it in. It'll tab in right there. Just get that lined up and tab that into place. At this point, we can take this panel, rotate it 180, and just bring it back and down. We can take this, rotate it around. We have a little panel right here that you just want to flip out. So you want to get that lined up. It's going to tab in right here, and a tab that will go into a slot right here. Just get everything lined up and just slide that in. Slide that in. And then with this back here, you just close that up, collapse that back and down. There's a tab slot connection right here in the back of the thigh. Tab that in, and there you have that side all done. And of course, second verse is just like the first. And it has been second versed, so we're not going to close this back up just yet. First, we're going to just line all this up, and we have a couple connection points here. So we have two tabs that will go into notches right here, as well as a tab slot connection right here on the side of the waist. So you're kind of lining up three things at once, which can be a little annoying, but it's doable. Just get everything lined up, and just get it nice and squozen. And it should just pop itself in. And get the other side in. And again, you have to get this waist kind of lined up. This part's a little annoying. Let's get everything lined up. There we go. It should all just snap in and sit nice and flush like that. So now we want to bring in all this stuff here. So first what we're going to do is we're going to take this section here. We're going to take the missile. Plug it into this side, take the cannon, plug it onto the other side. So you want it in this orientation, and this will just clip in between both legs, and now we can close all this up, get it all nice and squozen. Then you can take the spare tire, it will go into these two slots right back here. And there you go. There you have Munitioner, aka Swindle, in his alt mode. Not bad. A slight spin, but there is Swindle in his alt mode. And it is a very swindly alt mode, as you can see. Nice Jeep there. Now let's get in close here so we can take a look onto the little details. You got the headlights there done in transparent plastic. Wish they would have given this a little bit of color to them, but still looks pretty good. You got the little winch right up front there. You can see the rims done in that gunmetal gray. There is no leg room whatsoever. No leg room at all. But you got a steering wheel in there. And of course you got the weapons mounted in the back. You got the spare tire. And there is the top. There is the bottom. Everything does hide away quite nicely. It does roll as a rolling thing should. Hooray for rolling. And for comparison, here he is with G1 Swindle, because precious. Oh so precious. And here he is with the Ocular Max Swindle. So you can see, again, how these two fare against one another in their alt modes. And, again, they're going for different aesthetics here. I'll give it a turn around there so you can see what's going on. Again, it all boils down to your taste, your preferences, and which one you like better. There you have that. So that is basically it for the alt mode, and I like how this looks too. I wish the interior had a little bit more going on. Again, no legroom whatsoever. I do like how I don't know if you can see this, how well you can see this, but the seats actually do have like a texture to them. I do appreciate that, but yeah, all in all though, I still think it's a pretty good looking Jeep mode, but let's get down to transformation again, shall we? Let's. Now getting him into combine mode doesn't involve too much. We need to remove the spare tire. We need to split this, split the back here so we can. This does hold together quite securely. Again, you may need something to help you pry. There we go. Undo that so we can put all of that off to the side. We need to undo these side sections here. So again, you may need to do a little bit of prying here. Get that undone. Things all together securely. Maybe a little too securely, but securely. And once you get one side done, you can kind of give the other side a little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And they'll come undone. There we go. So once we've done that, you just angle the front down so you can take the steering wheel and just hide that away. The spare tire is now going to tab into these two slots here. So tab that in there, like so, and then basically just get all this back together the way it was. And once we have all that back together, you just take the windshield and just bring it down. This front bumper section is just going to rotate all the way down like that, and he is ready to go. And now we bring in the foot, and we need to just unfold this section here, lock that into place. You want to bring this up at about that angle here, and what's going to happen is this section is just going to sandwich around this section here. So just get all of this lined up and tab back together. I can usually get one side in, but then the other side wants to fight me a little bit. It's just a matter of getting everything lined up just right. But we'll get it. We'll get it. There we go. We got it popped in. Takes a little bit of doing, but it's just kind of getting everything lined up just right so you can get it all nice and squozen. But there we go. And then this back section will come up. This will just tab in right there. And that will just tab itself right in, like so. And voila, there you have Swindle in combined mode. I don't know why I was trying to spin that, but there he is in his combined mode. And yeah, that's a swindly shin going on there. A swindly shin. We can take a close look here at the foot. A nice big old foot here. The toe is on a nice ratcheted hinge there. So we're going to have some nice toe articulation that we can work with. Some of those musical hinges as well. We got this nice ankle tilt against that musical hinge. That musical ratchet. But we got that going on. But yeah, nice looking foot there. Now the instructions don't say anything about this. The instructions are pretty crap, honestly. But I believe you can store all of this right back here because there is a tiny little port that fits this tiny little peg for the missile. That can go right there. There are tabs on the other side that do fit the cannon. So it seems like that should go there, and it seems to me anyway like this post fits right in here. It does fit, so it seems like, again, don't know if this is official, if this is what they want you to do, but it seems like it's storage. If you want storage, hooray for storage. But there you have the foot mode, and now he has great strength of feet. So there you go. So there you have Munitioner, and yeah, I'm really glad I changed my mind and decided to go in on this set. Yeah, very nicely done figure here. The robot mode looks really good. The vehicle mode looks really good. If you're into the toon look, this will not disappoint. If you're not into the toon look, then this will very much disappoint. But as always, to each their own. Pretty smooth transformation, a little bit of fiddle factor. You may need a tool here and there because some tabs do hold together a little too securely, but hey, I guess better too tight than too loose, but you know, still, maybe some tolerances could have been tweaked slightly, but there's nothing happening here that's frustrating. It's still a pretty good transformation, some pretty solid engineering going on here, and yeah, overall, I am quite pleased. I am definitely looking forward to seeing the entire completed Bruticus here. I think this is going to be good. I like it so far. So there you go. Now I picked this up from TF Safari. I'll put a link to their site in the description down below so you can check that out. And if you use the promo code 2022 EmGo Review at checkout, you will get a discount on your order. You can also check out the Lord of War playlist for this and all future reviews in this set. Also linked in the description down below so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGames, check out Love, Peace, Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below, and I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the Magic Square Munitioner, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face.
Swindle! Yeah, boss. I need to talk to you. Word has gotten around the base that, you've been, scamming your fellow Decepticons.
A little.
Okay, so while I'm not totally against that, especially if it's Starscream, but, still you don't want to make enemies out of your comrades, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess you're right. I could try to stop.
Very good. What the? Hey!
But try! I said I would try!